Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl Froch, aka the Cobra, former unified super middleweight world boxing champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer. So Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, is back. Let's get into it a little bit. He's fighting Marius Wack. If you remember, he lost to Fraser Clark, he's lost to Dillian Whyte. More recently, he lost to Moses Atauma. 2 rounds, he got stopped, and Atauma's obviously building himself up, and he's using Marius Wack as a bit of a measuring stick. So would you say Marius Wack's a journeyman? I don't know if that's a derogatory word to use. Probably not. I mean, it's at that level now where he's going to be used to build people's names. And Tyson Fury is already a massive name. He was adamant he wants to fight, and he's got his fight. I just don't fully understand why he needs to fight. Maybe because mentally he can't wait out the ring. Last time out, Tyson Fury was in against Arslanbek Makhmudov. I was there for the show at Netflix at Tottenham Hotspurs. Good night. That was a bit of a warm-up fight for him as well, wasn't it? He did the job, but that was more of a formidable opponent. He did what he had to do, got into it for a couple of rounds. And I did say after that, does he need to fight? I know AJ's having a warm-up fight. AJ's fighting Prenga in what's a warm-up fight, which is understandable. AJ deserves a warm-up fight. If you want to be nice to him, I mean, he's a former 2-time world champion, but he's had a long time out. He's had that tragedy with his friends. We all know about that. And he wants to just dip his toe in the water on him before he jumps in with a big fight and a big name. So I think Tyson Fury is thinking to himself, I'm not going to wait another 6-7 months after beating Makhmudov to then go and fight Anthony Joshua. So this fight with Marius Wack, it's a total gimme. It's not a fight you can really get excited about and think Tyson Fury's in a fight. This is going to be a good fight to watch. It's just Tyson Fury basically having, what is it? Is it an exhibition? Is it a sparring match? It's going down as a proper fight. It's going on his record. But Tyson Fury is far too good for this level of opposition. We've seen it before many times. Tyson Fury knows what he's doing in the ring. All right, he's on the slide. He's past his best. He's slowing down. I've said all this before. But this will be a real easy fight for him. So he probably just wants to get in there, keep the ring rust off from his last fight against Makhmudov, because he had a bit of time out, didn't he? And just feel the ropes again. Feel the canvas. Feel the whole occasion of the night. And then he's then well prepped for Anthony Joshua. If that fight does happen, it should be happening. Probably talk about that in a minute. We're talking about it happening in the States, in Vegas. Should be in the UK as far as I'm concerned. But like I said, we'll get into that. But Tyson Fury's back. He's fighting Marius Wack. And it's just a really, really steady, easy warm-up fight for him that I'm sure he'll win just when he wants. I just think he can have put a combination together and get the ref to jump in. Or he could probably put a big couple of shots together and maybe get Wack out of there. But it's just literally a nothing fight, if you like, for Tyson Fury just to keep himself ticking over until what we expect to be the really big one with Anthony Joshua. So I mentioned Anthony Joshua there. He's fighting Christian Prenga. Now this is a guy, an Albanian guy who nobody's heard of. So it's an AJ warm-up fight, and he kind of deserves a little comeback fight with what he's been through lately. And Tyson Fury's had his fight with Makhmudov, so he's had his warm-up. I don't think Tyson Fury should be fighting, but he don't want to wait, like I said earlier. AJ's fighting. He's on DAZN. That's going to be in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. So at least you can have a look at that one if you want to see it. Tyson Fury, I don't even think he's got a broadcast deal at the minute. It's out in Thailand, his fight. He loves Thailand. He trains out there. So that's where his fight is. Is anyone going to watch it? Anyone going to be tuning in? I don't even know how you see it. But these two fights are really just insignificant in terms of their career. They're both going to win. It's easy wins. It would have been nice, actually, to see either of these two or both of them fight of a level where you're sort of testing yourself a little bit. I know it's risky because if they get caught or they get injured or they get bloody beat, which could happen. Let's not forget, we don't know what's left of Anthony Joshua. And Tyson Fury's slowing down lows. This is why I've said this fight's well past its best, but it's still a spectacle. We do still want to see it, but these two guys are fighting nobodies. It would have been nice to see him in there with an Andy Ruiz. I mean, it's Tyson Fury making a statement against Andy Ruiz, or somebody like Dillian Whyte or Jerome Miller. You know, if these two fighters, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, would have actually taken a bit of a name just to make you think, oh, that's interesting. Oh, let's see what sort of a job he makes of them. But they're in against nobodies. It's going to just be a foregone conclusion what happens. 2 wins, 2 easy wins. And no one really cares what happens in the fight or how the fight goes. All they care about is Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury coming together in their fight, which has been promised is going to happen late this year, maybe November. So we'll have to look forward to that. But these two fights, really, I'm not really interested. I just think it's a load of shit, to be honest. I've got to be honest. These two fighting in warm-up fights before they fight each other at this time of their career, this time of their lives, when they're both past it, I just think they should be jumping in with each other and getting on with it. It's a massive fight. One we're all going to look forward to. Now we've just got to wait for this crap to happen before they actually finally come together. Just to finish on Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, their fight. I mean, we talked previously about it maybe happening in the States, which I said is terrible for the British fans. It's out of order. It's an all-British affair. Potentially, arguably, and it is an argument, is it the biggest fight in British boxing history? Whether it is or not, it's certainly in the top 3. So it's a big one, and it should be on British soil. Turki Al Sheikh has recently just come out and said that he's applying to the Mayor of London. Don't get me fucking started on the Mayor of London, whatever you do. But he's applying to him to get this fight on at 4 a.m. to accommodate for American TV. Why are they accommodating for American TV? It's going to be on Netflix, isn't it, this fight? It's going to be on Netflix. So I don't know why they're worried too much about the American audience. The British fight, 2 British fighters. Everyone's excited about these two coming together and getting it on. It needs to be on British soil, Wembley Stadium, Tottenham Hotspurs, wherever, at a reasonable hour, 10 o'clock. In the middle of November, it's going to be freezing cold. We don't mind being cold at 10, 11 o'clock, but not 4 in the fucking morning. It's taking a piss. I mean, come on, what is going off? So I feel like Turki Al Sheikh may be paying his lip service or putting in a little bit of an excuse by saying, I'm waiting to see what probably Transport for London or the police in London say. I don't think they're going to allow 79,000 fans to leave Wembley Stadium at 4 in the morning. So it's not going to happen. If they're going to try and accommodate for American TV, it might as well be over in America. But we're going to have to just wait and see what transpires. But the story continues. We don't know exactly what is happening. These two are definitely fighting in their little joke shot warm-up fights. And they will be fighting in November, hopefully in the UK. But we don't even know. So what else is worth talking about? Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn. That's a big fight, that is. It's one I'm looking forward to. I don't know how big it is in terms of, I mean, it's for the WBC title. Ryan Garcia is WBC champ after his win against Barrios. And Conor Benn is going to jump in with him. I'm sceptical that he even belongs at world level. And I sincerely hope he can do something at world level because he's an exciting, dare I say, prospect. He's an exciting talent. Someone I want to watch. He's very fit, fast, strong, but he's not fought anybody, has he? His biggest win and loss was Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, and that's it really. Chris Algieri stoppage, yeah, but Algieri has passed his best. So there's question marks around whether or not Conor Benn belongs in the ring with somebody like Ryan Garcia. The fight's not been officially announced yet for September 12th, but it's been talked about. Ryan Garcia has kind of announced it, but his promoter Oscar De La Hoya is saying, no, this fight's not done yet. He's obviously got a contract with DAZN, and Conor Benn is with Zuffa, Dana White and Turki Al Sheikh. So they've obviously got the old Bunsen burner. So I'm sure they'll put the money up and sort out the promotional difference and the broadcast problem, because it's probably going to be on Netflix, that one. And if I actually think about the fight, I get excited. I don't get excited about many fights, but this one is exciting because you get to find out where Conor Benn belongs, and does he belong at world level? Ryan Garcia, obviously he's not. Would you say he's an elite level world champion? I mean, he's been down, he's been beat, and you've got to say he's world class, top world class fight, and he's WBC champion. So this is a massive step up for Conor Benn. I'm not sure it's a fight he will win. He probably can win it if he gets the tactics right, but it's a really, really tough ask. He's the underdog. I think he's probably 70-30 against, if I'm honest. If I'm giving odds, I think it's a real wide outside chance for Conor Benn to do something against Ryan Garcia. But I'm looking forward to it. September, let's get the fight on, because Ryan Garcia is saying loads of stuff on back and forth on Twitter, on X with Conor Benn. They're going, I'm going to knock you out. And he's like, I'm going to knock you out. They're both going to knock each other out on X, giving each other loads of stick. It's building nicely. And I think they both genuinely don't like each other. But big fight. Looking forward to it. And I think it's probably a check that Conor Benn's going to write that he cannot cash against Ryan Garcia. I just think he's too good for him. Oh, and actually, the weight's at 147. Now, when Conor Benn fought Chris Eubank Jr., it was at 160. Fought him twice, made him drain himself. Did like a boiled chicken last time he got on them scales. Chris Eubank, bless him, in that last fight. He was drained. Barely threw a punch for the old fight. Conor Benn got the job done. But he stepped down. He got his weight down, Conor Benn did, to like 150, I think it was, a catch weight against Regis Prograis, and struggled for 12 rounds. I mentioned to him then at the weigh-in, I said, he's looking a bit gaunt in your face. You don't look as full. And he said, well, I'm nearly 160 now, so I don't know what you're on about. I'm just like, listen, man, I'm just being honest. You look a bit drained. How are you feeling? Are you all right? Are you full? Because being full of fuel and feeling strong and energetic before you fight is really important. And he sort of had a bit of go at the Cobra. I was quaking in my boots for about a second. But he's down at 147. against Ryan Garcia, who can punch at 147. So if Conor Ben's drained at 147, he's really took weight off and he's feeling depleted, then it's going to be a really, really tall order for him. It's going to be a tough task for Conor Ben to be able to take the punch power from Ryan Garcia, who is a banger, very fast on the counter as well. And he jumps in, doesn't he, Conor Ben? He leaps in because he's not well schooled. He's not got the experience from many amateur fights. So he's daring to be great. He's making the old dollar. So fair play to him. Good luck to him. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. September, not official yet, September 12th. Ryan Garcia, Conor Ben. I won't be missing that. So elsewhere, Dimitri Bivol, what a fighter he is, has been ordered to fight Callum Smith. Callum Smith's now mandatory for the WBO light heavyweight title. So that's an opportunity for Callum Smith. He's not been in the ring for 18 months. It was like February 25 when he was in the ring. And that was against Joshua Buatsi. And it was an amazing fight, which he won. It was a great fight and he looked good. So fair play, but 18 months out of the ring's too long. And I know that Dimitri Bivol has fought sort of a nobody. When was that? May this year. So, but his last meaningful fight against Betibiev was 18 months ago also. So it's a tough one really, because Bivol, I think, he didn't look that good in his last fight, but he's obviously a far superior elite level fighter. And I'm not taking anything away from Callum Smith. I've sparred with Callum Smith. Give me great spars, even when he was an amateur. Then when he turned pro and he came in the ring back to the gym with Joe Gallagher, and he was up at light heavyweight as well towards the end. He stepped up a little bit. He was coming in quite heavy. But anyway, he was super middle. Then he went to light heavy. I could see he's improved. He's a really good fighter, good counter puncher, nice tidy England boxer, and he's a good fighter. I rate Callum Smith. I think he's a really good fighter. But at that elite level, Dimitri Bivol in his day, I mean, look what he did to Canelo Alvarez. Absolutely battered him. And Canelo Alvarez just hammered Callum Smith, as did Betibiev. Just battered him. I mean, it's almost a mismatch. I don't like saying that in boxing, but there's levels. And Callum Smith against Bivol, prime versus prime. I just think Bivol's too much for him. It's too good for him. But you just never know. It's all about timing. Callum Smith's been out of the ring, I think, for too long, 18 months. But Bivol didn't look great in his last fight. And it's a new opportunity for Callum Smith to become world champion again. WBO, light heavyweight world title, opportunity for Callum Smith against Dimitri Bivol. It's a good fight, but it's a tough one. And if I'm picking a winner, I'm going to say Bivol. But yeah, looking forward to it. Elsewhere, Brook is talking about coming out of retirement to fight Chris Eubank Jr. Don't know if anybody's got any interest in this at all. This is one of them where it's a gimmick. Is it an exhibition? What is it? Chris Eubank Jr., his last fight was against Conor Ben when he got absolutely just... He didn't get writ off, did he? He didn't get schooled, but he just wasn't in the fight because he was just dead at the weight. But he's also getting old, and I don't think he don't take professional boxing seriously. He just wants to make money, doesn't he? Which is fair enough. There's fighters out there that just want to make money. And if you've got the name to do it, then capitalise and make the money. But he's not serious about professional boxing. His last fight, he got battered by Conor Ben. And Brook's last fight was in 2022, I believe. I was there that night when he fought Amir Khan. And that was a good win. But again, that was another fight that was kind of a severance fight. What was it? What do you call it? A testimonial fight. Just a bit of payday at the end of your career. Then we're done hanging the gloves up. Brook's obviously bored. He's come out of retirement. He's probably thinking get a bit of money in as well. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in this fight. I like Brook. I think he's sound, good lad. I sparred of him as I have with Chris Eubank Jr. I've got no problem with him either. But this is one of them fights where when you look at it on paper and you look at the names, you think, yeah, I'd watch that. But it's probably only end up in a leisure centre, won't it? It's not going to sell the O2. He's not going to do 20,000. I don't think he's going to do anywhere near 10,000 at any kind of sort of medium-sized stadium, because I don't think it's a big enough fight. And I don't want to just piss on the parade, but this is a fight really I don't have any interest in seeing. But it's interesting, isn't it? These fights come out of retirement and these fights come back and say, you know what, I fancy another fight. Is it just all about the money? We know that Chris Eubank Jr. is all about the money. He's got to feed his lifestyle. So he needs to keep earning the money. And he's not serious about boxing. And he got totally exposed against Conor Ben. So that's his story. But Brook, I'd like to see him stay retired. But listen, good luck to both of them. If it happens, I might tune in. So talking about fights that shouldn't happen, Little John Fury, the non-fighting man who fights no one, he's been piping up. You've probably seen his video, sitting in paradise behind the M42 or wherever he was, the traffic behind him, and looking up at the chemtrails in the skies. But yeah, living there, sitting his best life. Give me a stick, call me the worm, didn't he, the funny fucker? He's quite a funny guy, Big John. I've been demoted from the big Cobra, the King Cobra, to the worm. You find out how much of a worm I am when that combination lands on his chin. But anyway, he's waiting for a contract. So, Manny, you've been in touch with Callie. Callie's got a message back. The message basically reads, we're going to meet DAZN this week, the broadcaster. They're going to have a chat, and then something's going to follow. So it's not dead. It's not gone like I thought it was. And don't forget, I'm not really that arsed. I'm not interested. I'm not the guy calling this fight on. I'm the guy responding to the call out. And if somebody puts it on me and gives me a stick and threatens to headbutt me and do whatever, bare knuckle, take me to the ground, whatever nonsense he's been talking about, I'm going to defend myself. I'm not going to shy away from a fight, especially not a fucking bully. But he's the one now waiting for the contract. So the contract's going to get sent over to him. So that's the next stage. Listen, a lot of people ask me for update. That's why I'm talking about it. This is your update. John's asked for the contract. He's getting one sent to him. So let's see what transpires. But for now, not really much more to say. Listen, if this fight happens, it's going to be great fun, isn't it? Because every time I walk down the street, people are either talking about Zapley and the Morning Glories, or they're talking about Big John, Little John Fury. It's one or the other. I mean, a lot of the time now, lately, they're asking me about John Fury. They're saying, are you fighting John Fury? So I feel like it's quite big and it's getting some traction. It's getting some attention. But we just don't know where we stand, do we, with John? He blows hot and cold. I think he's a nice guy 1 minute. Next minute, he's headbutting the smallest man in the room, shouting and swearing and threatening to stick the nut on Steve Bunce. I mean, that was out of order as well. Going mental on a Perspex wall, headbutting it, punching it, the Perspex sheet that goes between the fighters. But I did hear something actually from Shane Fury the other day. I don't know what I was listening to. And he was saying, look, to be fair to Carl Froch, he's not calling on the fight. He's not calling my dad out. My dad's the one sticking on Froch, calling him out. And Carl was just saying, well, I'm not all to find. So that was quite nice to hear from Shane because he's been quite realistic from it. And he obviously don't like it from his dad. His dad's calling out me and trying to get a fight. But if he gets his contract sent to him and it doesn't happen, he's backed himself into a corner here where he's just going to look stupid. And when you read all the comments, people are giving him loads of stick, non-stop. And I don't like to see people get loads of stick, but when they call it on and bring it on themselves, then what do they expect? So let's just wait and see what happens. His contract's getting sent over to him, I think, this week. Let's see if Little John Fury, the man who never fights anyone, let's see if he signs the contract and let's see what comes back. But I'm just keeping you updated. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I be fighting him? Yes or no? So that's it for another episode of Froch on Fighting. It's a little bit quiet at the minute. I know at the end of the month we've got Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fighting, which we've talked about, but it's still two big names fighting. So we'll be back for them. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I've got Dave Allen, the White Rhino, on for the 5th time. Looking forward to getting him on. But this time I want you to get your questions in. So get your questions in the comments. Leave your name. And the good questions, I'll have the crack with Dave Allen. You know what he's like. He's a funny guy, funny character. And me and him seem to work well together. We bounce off each other. So I'll be seeing him in a couple of days. So get the questions in the comments for Dave Allen. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button because it helps grow the channel and you keep looking at my face, talking the straight talk, talking the truth, down the barrel, just how you like it, delivered straight from the Cobra. Froch on Fighting, hit subscribe. See you next time.